All right, welcome back to another week of FetchQuest. I'm not going to repeat the whole thing before, but essentially stay inside and watch us. David, want to keep catching us up?
All right, so we met one of the creatures that uses the moonlight to travel, and it began to converse with Joven, referring to him as Jorkans, and telling him that he had a home, or there was a house that we had to go to. It's our destination. On our way of heading there, we ran into some skeletons, very interesting skeletons, who took us to their town, where there were more interesting skeletons. All seemed to be animated in similar ways, to sound very similar. But we encountered a hunter who was not a skeleton, and he gave us some information. We bought some hides from him, and then we headed to the house, which Joven/Zorkans opened the door for, and it seems there is the D&D equivalent of Siri or Google Home in this place, as it asked him if we were guests or not, and once he addressed it, the house seemed keen to let us stay. And that is where we are at.
Excellent. So you guys are in the long stone hallway with the blue flickering torches on either side. Doesn't really seem like there's any doors. The hallway does end at stairs going down.
Well, I'm going to start heading down the stairs.
Yep. Cool. All right, so the group heads down the stairs, and that's where it kind of spreads out into more of a short little walkway that has a door on either side, seems to lead into other rooms. Inside of this walkway, there is a bright red rug, a one or two torches that are lit, and a bookshelf with a few scraps of paper and a gauntlet.
Similar to
Similar, yeah. Is
Yeah.
it similar to the one I'm wearing?
No, it's not similar to the metal pieces around your hand. It's just a black metal gauntlet.
Similar to the one that we picked up in the tower?
Yes.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah. But when you do pick it up and look, it looks like there's a space for a hand to fit inside.
You know,
Yeah.
like a gauntlet.
Yeah. It's not a fake hand.
I'll put it back down. That's not as interesting.
Cool.
I'm just gonna go to start checking out one of the other rooms because I don't do well with books.
Sure. So you open, which door are you opening, left or right?
Left.
Sure. So you open up the left room, and that goes into more of what looks like to be a sitting room with a few more torches, a few chairs, a desk, some papers on that desk, and honestly, not much else. There's a few more doors, one to your right and one ahead of you.
I'll just do a quick look around, make sure there's nothing important in here other than make sure that the papers aren't important or anything.
Sure. Make a quick investigation check.
Sure.
So you can't really tell which papers are important and which aren't because they are in a language that you can't read. But honestly, nothing here seems to stand out. It just seems to be like a normal sitting room.
Okay. Is the language similar to that of the two books we have seen?
Yes.
Okay. Kara,
What's up?
you're going to have to read probably everything that's in here.
I was already planning on doing that anyway.
Well,
So,
just so you know, there's nothing in common in here.
Even better.
I don't know how that's better for us. It's going to take more time. But sure. I guess I'll go do the other room to the other side while everybody else is not going anywhere.
I'm kind of gonna be following just because it's like I want to see what's in this place.
Sure. So you go into the right side, and you do notice what looks like a kennel. There's a few. It looks more like this is where whoever lived here, Yorkans, kept his animals. There's some toys. There's a few bowls with flat water in them. A little bit of moldy food in one of the bowls. The cages are locked and empty.
Can I tell what was housing these by anything?
Make a survival check.
Sure.
So there's fur in some of them, feathers in some others. You can't really tell.
All right. Anything else in this room other than
Not
cages?
Really.
Is there any doorways out of this room?
No.
Okay. I'll go back the other way.
Cool. So what is everybody else doing? I know Yovin's following him.
Yeah. Kind of just it's the going through this place in a very kind of weird headspace of like, does this look familiar? Is this gonna be you said in the sitting room there was another door as well.
There's two. One on the right side and one right across from the door you guys would walk into.
I'll probably check the other door.
Cool. One on the right or one across?
The one across.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you go to the one across and you open that, and the room is colder. There looks to be like twin bars across the ceiling on either side, and hanging from them are what look like hooks with arrow points on the bottom of the hilt. And the hooks are made of a sort of just regular steel with wooden handles on them. There's about 6 of them in total in this room. And there's a door. There's a heavy iron door on the back.
I see. I got like a kind of weird idea that this might be something like a butchery place or something. Can I try and see if my hunch might be accurate with like a survival check?
Yeah, go ahead and make a survival check.
Which way did he go again?
He went right across, so he didn't
Okay.
go to the right door. He went across. Cool. So you're taking a look around. There are definite bloodstains in this room, and on the hooks. It does seem like a place where someone would store meat. And you're also, when going around, you do notice that there are scrapes across the floor that would be similar to chains being dragged across them.
Probably for
Sir.
heavy carcasses.
Is there any way out of this room other than the way we came?
Across the hall, across like the very end of this, let's just call it a refrigeration unit, there is a heavy iron door.
Okay.
It's been like 600 years. If anything wasn't here, it'd probably been cleared out by now. So that's at least what Yovin's thinking. So I'm going to head on over to that heavy iron door and try to...
Don't go
Open
there
it.
yet. Don't. No. Let's go the other way first. That looks important. Or a way out. Unknown. Let's go the other way first and make sure that there's nothing more.
Well, all right. Sounds like a good idea to me.
Cool. So real quick, we're gonna hop over to Domikos and Kara. What are you guys doing? Are you guys just following along, or?
Stopping to read whatever the fuck Zahn pointed out.
Cool. It's going to take make an intelligence check to see if you can decipher it quickly, or there's going to take you some time. Cool. So you do manage to break through some of it. It is a letter from Deobrin to Yorkons, and it's going to take you a little bit to decipher all of it, but it does seem like Deobrin sent Yorkon something. For him to use.
I'm just gonna decode while we tour the house, I guess.
Cool.
Yeah, Domikos is just following.
Excellent.
So Zahn and them.
Go ahead.
He's just following Zahn and moving.
Cool. So you guys go through the house. You're finding some other. As you go through, you find some bedrooms, some more sitting rooms, and you find one or two bathrooms, but it's more towards the end. There's a very small room that just seems to be a closet with really nothing in it.
Let's make an investigation check, I guess.
Sure. So you're kind of tapping around on the inside the wooden closet when a few of the boards have a hollow thump right behind them, and they kind of shift a little bit under your touch.
I'm gonna try to move them out of the way.
Cool. Make an athletics check.
Sure.
Yeah, you easily kind of pry the boards back, and you find a door with a heavy silver lock on it.
All right. What do you think this could lead to? You're muted.
Maybe some kind of secret storeroom or something. It was hidden. Maybe Yorkos was like a scientist kind of person, and this might be a lab or something. I mean, it's kind of hidden, like how the Obrin's labs seem to have been hidden.
It's just a little less subtle, but sure.
Can I take a look at the silver lock?
Sure. Make an investigation check for me. I mean, it's a heavy silver lock. It has a normal looking keyhole. It's sitting there right on the door.
Guess it's time to start looking for a key.
Either that or break it, but with the other security systems, I would be a bit wary. Let's just make a note of this and we'll come back.
Yeah.
Head on back to that big iron door and make sure to look out for a big key if possible.
Sure. Make an investigation check as you're going along.
Sure. Definitely not going to roll this one well. I've rolled like 3 good ones in a row. Yep.
So yeah, as you're looking around, you don't really see a key or anything. You do notice that there is in one of the sitting rooms there is like a heavy box on a desk. It doesn't quite seem like it was there before. You guys definitely passed through this room.
I'll just go inspect it quick.
Cool.
Maybe I just missed it.
Yeah, go ahead and make another investigation check.
Sure.
It's a large box. It looks to be made out of the same material as the other Velirine boxes. As far as you can tell, it doesn't seem to be locked, trapped. Doesn't seem to have any inscriptions on it besides the faint glowing blue lines.
I'm gonna open it up.
Cool. So you open it up, and inside there is a tiny stone and what looks like a silver hammer, and a black chisel that seems to be made out of the same stone that James is made out of. And the stone is about the size of your fist.
All right. I assume this box is large.
Not really. It's more like it's about shoebox size.
All right. I'll just stuff it in the bag of holding and figure that out later because I don't know what to do with that.
So as you pick it up and start to move it towards the bag of holding, have you put the top on the box?
I was going to put it all back in and then put it back in.
Cool. So as you start to put it towards the bag of holding, a little bit of rattling can be heard from inside of it.
Okay. I guess I will take it back out and reopen it and see what was that.
Kind
Cool.
of.
So
Since I've been following him, hearing the rowling stuff, I'm just gonna kind of get ready for anything to like jump out.
sure. So you open the box, and I mean the stone is out of place, and the hammer and chisel, which were placed very neatly next to each other, look like something's hit them and kind of knocked them out of place a little bit.
Right. I'm gonna look around the inside, see if there's like a hidden compartment or something that I'm sliding around.
Make a quick investigation check. So
Okay.
you don't find any hidden compartments. You do see that instead of like being built up to have the platform inside, these things are resting on like almost a velvet pillow, and when your hand goes near the stone seems to almost hum a little bit.
Okay. Just pick up the stone.
Cool. So you pick up the stone, and very quick, like blue light starts to glow on the front of it, and starts to form a rune, then another, and another, and different runes are flying across it, and it shatters into pieces.
All right.
Were
So
we
it's-
all there for that?
Yeah, I assumed you guys were all with each other.
The fuck did you just pick up?
What happened?
If I understood anything that was going on right now, I would tell you.
Cool. So go ahead, put yourselves how you would be in the map.
Oh no.
It's probably around here-ish.
Cool. So there are bits and pieces of stone across the ground. They almost seem to be reforming into small, almost pebble-like shapes.
I am unsure of what that was.
We can see where they landed though. Can we go pick one
Yeah.
up?
Yeah, you can.
Can we go pick one up?
Cool. So as you go to pick it up, each stone illuminates with a rune, and everybody roll for initiative.
Oh shit.
Boy.
Oh god. What
Oh, that's
Like
hard to
this.
see.
Yay. Oh, the curse is going first.
It did not roll with advantage, so I'll just roll again. That's not much better.
You also-
Did
You
you
didn't
click
click your token.
Damn it. That's probably why it didn't do it. Oh well. I'll just roll it and change it. Oh, that sucks to change. But there we
Yep.
go.
All right. So each stone starts to hum and vibrate as it. Where did it go? As it starts to rise up in front of you guys, and it's a. There we go. That's what I needed. Oh. Here we go. Cool. Top of the round, Kara. This swarm of tiny pebbles has come to life in front of you.
What the fuck are we supposed to do about this? This is it right here, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's it right there. I thought the red pebbles would show up a lot better, but for some reason I keep getting dark maps. So
It's a rock. I don't know if it has wisdom. I'm gonna cast Toll the Dead.
cool. It has to make a save, doesn't it?
I just clicked it. It should show.
It's a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
What's the DC?
15.
It passes.
Oh, I don't have. I forgot to update my sheet. I don't have Toll the Dead anymore.
Oh, okay.
Never mind. Firebolt.
Sure.
I didn't anticipate going up against so many things that were undead, so I took it off on my D&D Beyond sheet, but I didn't take it off anywhere else.
Cool. So you throw your firebolt, but it passes through the swarm without actually hitting any of it. Cool. Cool. All right. So next up, this swarm. Oh, did you move?
Scoot back
Cool.
away.
So this swarm. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna expand this out. Scheiße. I'm gonna expand this out to the full, just 30 feet, so you see what's going on. This swarm is going to go ahead and you guys almost hear a voice intone, the Guz. And I need everybody in the yellow, so everybody except for Kara, to go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw.
If you put an aura on the creature, nobody can see it. Only the
Are you
DM
kidding
can
me?
see auras. Yeah, that's correct.
That's a crock of shit. Okay. Everybody within 20 feet, so everybody except for Kara.
Cool.
Con save, okay.
Yovan, you
Kara, you
had
are-
+3.
Okay.
Kara, you are just barely out of it. Okay. Okay. All right.
Not that you needed it.
Not that I needed it, apparently.
I needed it.
A burst of blinding light comes out from these stones. Everybody except for, that is Zahn and Damokos. You both are blinded for 1 minute. You can
Cool.
repeat the saving throw at the end of each of your turns, but it doesn't prevent you from taking a turn. The stone is also going to kind of fly over here. And Damokos, it is your turn.
Cool. Well, I am blinded, so I can't do that.
Blood magic fireball.
Right here. Okay. I don't know what's going on or where it is, so what I'm going to do is I am actually going to cast Dissonant Whispers at it.
Okay.
Creature of your choice within range. So I'm choosing the rocks, obviously.
Oh, not
Wisdom
Zon?
save.
Cool. It's going to make a wisdom save. And I assume a 9 doesn't beat your DC?
No, it does not.
Fair enough.
So it's going to take. They've rolled 20 loads. 8 psychic damage. And it must immediately use its reaction to move as far as its speed allows away from me.
Cool. So, this thing flies all the way over here.
Because I don't know where it was, so I just don't want it near me.
Cool. End of your turn. Is it the end of your turn?
Yes.
Go ahead and make that Constitution saving throw. You're still blinded.
Yep.
Next up, Zon, it is your turn.
Okay, so
Yes, can
I'm
Hear this thing, by the way. The stones are whirring around it, so it's making a kind of buzzing in the air.
gotcha. I'm gonna cast Lesser Restoration on myself because I need to be able to see this turn. So I'm no longer blinded. With that though, this was in a box with a silver hammer and another stone, correct?
Yeah, but you could tell it was a chisel.
Okay. Are those things reacting at all?
Those things are not, no.
Okay. Well, that is unfortunate because I didn't actually want to use Lesser Restoration, but I did anyways. I guess I'm going to just... Wow, that's actually very far away. Get to there. And that'll be it, because I can't do anything else.
All right. No con save for you. Joven, it is your turn.
Okay. Well, this thing is definitely a threat. What direction did it fly towards?
It flew towards the way you guys came in through.
Okay, and that would be here?
No, you can. It should be right here.
Oh, okay. Oh, the turn order was blocking it. Okay. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't want this thing getting away, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I am running after it using my action to dash.
Okay.
And oh, why not? I'm gonna rage as a bonus action.
Nice. All right.
Gonna have the spectral energy come out of the bracelets, kind of seep up, and then kind of go along the back and make kind of a long spectral tail come out.
Cool. Cool. So next up, wait, hold on. Why did Oh, it's because the turnover is short. All right, Kara, it is your turn.
I was gonna cast Shatter, but
You can
someone's
still cast
in
Shatter.
the way.
Hey, I can take it.
I don't know about that.
What's one more kill on your list, Kara?
Excuse you.
I'm a big boy. I'm at full health.
Jesus
Blood magic
Christ.
shatter.
No.
Yes, blood cast at 5th level.
Absolutely not. I need that 5th level spell slot. But I'm gonna fine. What's the wrong fucking thing on? Yeah, you will get hit. Yeah. So I'm going to cast Shatter if I can find my fucking sheet. 2nd level. Con save. If
Cool.
roll 20 will load.
Yeah, Roll20 was doing this a few days ago as well.
There it is.
All right,
15.
and it fails.
Yay. Fuck you. 14
Cool.
damage.
I rolled mine. I'm just waiting for it to load. I'm gonna give it another. There you go. Okay, now that's funny.
Oh my god, these dice hate you tonight, man.
Like, fucking 14 thunder damage, dude.
I can still take it. It just hurt a little
You're
more.
gonna.
All right, so end of your turn.
I'm gonna scoot back this way again. I
Cool.
don't want to be anywhere near that thing.
So next up, it's gonna go ahead and it's gonna fly over to here. Yovan, you do get an attack of opportunity on it.
Yes, I do.
Cool. So that hits, and it takes.
Oh, and plus 3 as well from the rage.
Okay, so cool. Next, what it's gonna do is where's my so you guys here, Ivaz, and I need everyone to make a dexterity saving throw as ghostly horses seem to emanate from these ruins.
Oh boy.
Horses?
Yep.
This counts
Also-
as something I can see, right?
Yes.
Good.
The deck save?
Yeah, it's a dex save.
Okay.
That's a pass. All right, we've got.
Rolled it twice. My first one was right.
Cool. So we've got everyone passes except for Kara. So Kara's going to take full damage.
Oh, fun.
This is fun.
Am I the only one with a health bar on the map?
Oh, you can only see yours.
Yeah, you can only
Oh.
see yours.
So Kara, you take 11 damage, 11 bludgeoning damage. Everyone else takes 5. Yovan, you take 2
Okay.
Yeah, it's not-
because of rage. All right, and it's going to go ahead and kind of swarm around Zon. All right. So next up, Damokos, it is your turn.
All right. Well, I am still blinded. So I hear it off to the side of me, obviously.
Yeah.
Um, Can't necessarily tell how close it is, other than it's
No,
just
you
sort
can't.
of there. See, just gonna go for it. I'm just gonna hold out my hand in that direction, and we will fire a firebolt in that direction.
Cool. Make an attack roll.
At disadvantage.
Yep. So you fire off, and the bolt hits right in front of the swarm. Doesn't get near it.
Okay.
All right. And
I'm just gonna move away from the sound.
Okay. All right.
And then con save.
Yep.
God,
You're still blinded, my friend.
I'm just a blind man.
All right, Zahn, it's your turn.
Okay. I'm going to attack this thing since I'm right on top of it already.
Sure.
No, I'm not.
That's a miss.
Second attack.
So you're swinging around, but these pebbles are just flying around your sword.
Alright, is there any spell I can cast? Can I get back there? Yeah, I can. I'll go right here.
Cool. So as you go through them, the runes kind of scrape up against you, and where the hell is it? Here it is. It's going to try and attack you.
Sure.
Does a nope, 17 is not going to beat your AC. Your AC is 20, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they kind of scrape up your armor a little bit, but nothing more than that.
No biggie.
Cool. End of your turn.
Yep.
Joven, it is your turn.
Okay. Gonna kind of advance around a little bit. Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 25. And the fun thing about this tail is that it is a reach weapon. So I'm going to try and stab at this thing with those two kind of, how to describe it, kind of like kicks, but each kick is the tail kind of extends further.
Cool.
And reckless, why not?
Why not? That's a hit?
Yep.
So that is...
It's 12 damage for that
Okay.
one. Second attack.
Damn, all right.
Okay. 18, 21. 2 crits.
Cool. So you notice that your tail doesn't seem to be, especially on this, where you hit a good deal of them with your tail, it doesn't seem to be injuring them as much as, say, these spells are doing. Cool.
Okay.
End of your turn? End of your turn?
Oh, sorry. Yes.
Cool. Top of the round, Kara, it is your turn.
I fucking clicked away from the Zoom call without unmuting myself first. Okay, why not? Chromatic orb. Thunder.
Cool.
First level.
Okay, yeah, that definitely hits, and that's 14 thunder damage. All right.
I should move back farther. Don't like that it's coming at us.
But are you is the question.
Yep. Over
Cool.
here.
Cool. End of your turn?
Yep.
So you guys do see it glowing, and you guys hear the guzz. And I need Zahn and Joven to make Constitution saving throws. Zahn, you are blinded. Joven, you managed to kind of close your eyes just at the right time. And it remains glowing, although the rune on it has shifted, and it kind of flies over here a little bit. Joven, you get an attack of opportunity if you'd like to take it.
It will. It wouldn't be reckless, would it? I think that ends on my turn.
Yeah, that does end on your turn. Yeah, you hit.
Every little bit helps.
That's right. Excellent. All right. Damokos, it is your turn. The buzzing is getting closer.
Yay. Okay. I still can't see at the moment, so I'm
Nuke.
no. See within range. I'm just gonna shoot another. I'm gonna try and Ray of Frost it
Cool.
at disadvantage.
That's right. So yeah, you ray of frost, and it kind of hits a chair, and the chair is not frosted, lightly frosted.
Okay.
You want to move or?
I think I'll stay there for now.
Cool. Make a Constitution check or saving throw. You'll get unblinded one of these days. Hey,
You have +3 to that as well. Okay.
You finally managed to rub out, and you're no longer seeing spots in your vision.
Thank you. Jeez.
All right, Zahn, it is your turn. This thing is almost lazily drifting towards you guys.
Just swinging blindly at it.
Cool.
Okay.
That's
I hit better when I'm blind.
That's a hit.
Yeah. That's 12, and I'm gonna roll again. Does 15
Cool.
hit?
15 does not hit.
All right. Well,
but you guys can see that his sword is also not doing as well as the spells went up against these stones. But cool. End of your turn.
yep.
Make the saving throw. Cool. You're blinking a lot, and if the sunspots just kind of disappear, and you see the stones right in front of you.
Cool.
Excellent. All right, Joven, it is your turn.
So these shards are kind of flying around here, right?
Yeah.
And is this the box that they had originally?
No, that box is the size of a shoebox, and it's somewhere over here.
Okay. Nah, not right now. I'll make my way over to there. Kind of. If I move over here, would that mean moving within its attack range?
Yeah, you're right up next to it. It's a large group, so it's kind of like, so you see this.
Yeah.
It's right here, 10 feet.
Well, I'll move there and I'll make my 2 attacks because
cool.
I don't mind. And yeah, it's always good to crit fish.
Cool. Crit fish you will.
Yep. And second attack.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. And that'll be my turn.
Excellent. All right. Kara, top of the round.
Take these fucking rocks. What the fuck do I have? I don't want to use any of my higher level spells because it's just a bunch of rocks. I'm gonna try and Ray of Frost it.
Cool.
I can find my character sheet. Or not.
You fire it off, hits the box that Jovin's standing next to. Is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
Cool. So the swarm, you guys see the rune on it grow in, like, brighten up, and you hear Algiz. And I need everyone to make a wisdom saving throw. No, I'm sorry, not everyone. Jovin, you need to make a wisdom saving throw. Cool. So, Jovin, you turn into a reindeer.
Okay. Wasn't expecting that.
Nope.
Kind of just. Was I like in the same position as I was? Because I'm probably just stumble around as I fall down on like 4 legs.
Yeah, so why is it not showing me reindeer stats? But yeah, no, you are now a reindeer. And I can't find the reindeer stats I had earlier, but let me go ahead and send you these stats, and I'll just give you a D6 horn attack. Where's my zoom? Cool. And then it is going to go ahead and fly over here. So, Jovin, you do get an attack of opportunity as a deer. A reindeer.
I'm just looking over the stats real fast so I know what to roll.
Cool.
Okay. Okay.
It's the same one twice. Roll at least.
16.
16 does hit, yeah.
Okay. Kind of panic gore it with my horns.
Cool. That's
For-
a D6 plus its strength.
Okay. Oh, that makes it easy.
Cool. Yeah, you kind of fling your horns about and worried, and you scrape up against it. Don't seem to be doing much damage at all. But end of its turn, Damakos, it is your turn.
Yes. So I am going to roll 20 just minimized on me. Okay. I am going to sure, I'm going to just back up from it.
Cool. Since you are in its range, it is going to take an attack of opportunity against you,
Mm-hmm.
and it's going to miss.
Cool. All right, and then I am going to cast Ice Blades.
Nice.
So 3 saw blades of snowflakes are going to appear and orbit around me.
Nice.
And then as part of that, I'm going to launch all 3 at it.
Nice. Okay. Okay. So one of the saw blades does hit it, and the other 2 jab into the ground next to it and then shatter. But one of them does hit, so go ahead and roll damage.
Okay, well, the blades just return to my space
Oh.
after the attack.
Then they return to your space
Yep.
instead of shatter.
So that is 7 slashing damage and 4 cold damage.
Okay. All right. Cool. End of your turn?
Yep.
Zon, it is your turn.
I'm gonna swing at it.
Cool.
Do I have advantage? No, I don't. Okay.
That's a hit.
3. That's max
Damn,
damage.
crit damage.
Yep.
All right.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna swing again.
Okay.
At some point it'll show up.
Hopefully.
There it is.
Cool. And that's also a hit.
One of those 6.
Hey.
Nice. Max damage again. And I'm gonna throw a level 1 smite into it for shits and giggles.
Sure. How do you want to do this?
God damn. All right. I am just swinging my sword through it and hopefully that it sticks together. And I'm going to take the flat end of the sword and just sort of baseball bat the rest of it into the fucking ground.
Cool.
With smite sort of casting through it.
Sure. So, it does. Ooh, interesting. It does get hit into the ground with a flash of light, and then when you move your sword back, you see that it is back into one about fist-sized stone with a rune glowing on it. And you guys hear the word Algiz. And it looks like a straight line with a V through it. I'll post a picture in the chat.
Carl, what does that mean?
Alright. Zoom is doing a weird thing where it made itself into a pop-up window and I couldn't find it. I don't speak the language. I only read it.
I mean, but you could surmise maybe what word that is.
Can I?
Well, go ahead and throw a wisdom. Fuck. What would it be? One moment. I want to say common sense check, but we are out of initiative, by the way.
Yay.
Cool. So let's go.
Am I still a deer?
You are still a deer
Oh
for
no!
a full minute.
I don't like being in this room. I'm gonna start.
Throw an insight check. Well, Algiz is what the rune said, and then Jovan turned into a deer.
What?
So this rune must turn people into reindeer.
I am trotting that way.
Jovan the reindeer has left the room. And a minute later, Jovan, you turn back into yourself.
Spit out one of the papers.
You munching on the important papers?
I'm a deer. Stress shoot.
Akari,
Does
you
it...
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Kara, you do after this. You kind of, as everyone's settling down, you do manage to finish deciphering the paper, and it does say that Theobrin has left Yorkans a fun little surprise that he can use to augment his equipment.
I don't like that.
And you can assume that that's what this is. This room.
Ah, what the fuck? Is it? It's specifically the stone. It's not like the tools, or is it the whole
seeing as
fucking
this-
set?
It's the whole set. Just gonna give it to you. It's the whole set.
Oh, great.
Is the rune glowing or vibrating again when I try to pick it up?
When you pick it up, the rune is glowing on the stone, but it doesn't really. It's not vibrating anymore.
Okay.
You can still kind of hear the hum, but it's not doing that little angry vibrate it was doing before.
I'm gonna put it back in the box, and the box go in the bag of holding.
Sure, box goes easily into the bag of the holding.
After he puts it away, I'm gonna explain the letter. Yeah. So
Augmenting equipment.
yeah. Wait, you left the room.
Yeah, you did. You're not in the room anymore.
Oh, I thought it
You're
was
not
like
here.
a minute past. Sorry.
A minute after you left the room, you turned into a deer.
Again?
No, I mean, you turned back from a deer.
Oh.
Sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
I'll just be.
allergy meds are kicking in, guys. Give me
No
a
worries.
break.
Got it. Sorry. Got it all. Timeline kind of mixed up.
We can have someone look at that when we get back.
Like that nice lady at the college. Who's wary of all of our cursed items.
True. If we bring back her friend, we might have some favor, though.
True.
Either way. There's also a secret door back there that we're trying to find a silver key for, or a way to get in unless you want to just bust down the door, but I'd rather not set off a bunch of statues to try to kill us. If they...
Too.
So, I'd rather find a good way to open that door. Well, just be on the lookout while we go back to that big iron door.
So, you guys do catch up to Yovan. You guys all head towards the heavy iron door in the refrigeration unit.
Yeah.
Cool.
I guess so.
So, you guys are standing in front of this heavy iron door.
Try and open it.
Cool.
Yep.
So the door. There's a moment where you're pressing down on the. Actually, I need you to make a athletics check to try and open it. It's a very heavy door.
Sure.
So this door. Actually, Yovan, if you're helping him, you get advantage on the roll.
I'll help him.
Cool.
Cool.
So you're trying to push up against this door. It doesn't seem like it's going to budge. You can feel the handle almost clicking into place, but this door is extremely heavy.
Let's
I may
try
need
and
more than 2 people.
Let's try and switch positions. I think I might be able to get it if I
Sure.
get some proper footing.
All right, Yovan, go ahead and make your athletics check with advantage. As you're being
Okay.
helped. Yovan, you press, hold down on the handle. It kind of groans, creaks, and clicks into place, and the door very slowly creaks open. And this room it's built to slant inwards, where there is a wooden pole in the middle with loose silver chains around the bottom and what looks to be a drain. And there's a lot of stains on this floor. And there's also a little table at one end, towards the back, which seems to be kind of flat, like a platform. There's a table with tools on it.
stains that we recognize?
You do recognize these stains as bloodstains.
Cool.
Um,
Does this look like a more like butchering area, or do these tools look like they're for more extracurricular activities?
So these silver tools look more extracurricular, and suddenly this place seems less of a traditional butcher shop and more of a extracurricular butcher shop. We'll use the phrase again. And the meat hooks hanging off the bars in the back seem to almost glisten with a more menacing sheen to them.
Looks like whoever you're supposed to be is not one of a very noble pursuit.
no, it ain't looking like that. Not at the moment.
I mean, it didn't much from the start, but sure. Anything else in here, or is it just creepy torture room?
So make a quick investigation check.
Sure.
So on the back of the door, it seems to be reinforced with silver. You can tell that your divine senses are limited in this room, almost as if there's been built blockers to prevent detection into it. And there is several drawings of circles and very crudely drawn trees underneath the circles. Some circles are like scratched in as if to represent them being all covered up, and it looks to be like a moon cycle is carved onto one of these walls.
Does it look like someone did this purposefully, as in like a message, or more a captive was carving something into this wall for some reason?
More like a captive was carving this into the wall.
Okay. Well, one of you book smart people, does this mean anything to you?
I'll check it.
Cool. Investigation check. Or actually, no, make an insight check.
No.
I mean, all the points in this room point to lycanthropes being killed here, most likely tortured here as well, but you can't figure out why.
Oh, great. I hate this room. Let's get out of here.
Free silver chains, free silver tools.
Absolutely not.
I am going.
Sure.
Cool.
Let's just once over make sure there's nothing else that we missed.
So yeah, you guys are checking through. You cannot find a key.
Well, guess we're going to have to go a bit more barbaric.
You know, I'm feeling a lot less respectful for Jorkos's stuff than I was earlier.
I
So-
wasn't exactly feeling respectful for it in the first place, but sure.
It's your shit, apparently. Do what you will.
Yeah, also it's yours. Also makes more sense. Let's have you try to break this in case your security butler decides to show up again. Whatever that was.
I'm
And
going
don't-
to.
I think it's more the statues we have to worry about than the rock.
Well, one of them was the one speaking, so yes.
I'm going to try and wrap my hands around the silver lock and kind of put one foot against the wall to try and pull.
So you pull and the door doesn't budge.
I'm trying to just yank the lock off through the.
Oh, go ahead. I mean, you yank as hard as you possibly can. This lock is not budging.
Any chance one of you magic casters has like a open a door spell?
No, I was not anticipating the need to have to open doors by force.
Could just
You-
slam on the lock. You don't have to use your hands.
Why don't you fucking empty out your pockets or some shit?
Yeah, I'm gonna take my greatsword, and it's like a loop lock, right? Like a padlock.
It's an old
Yeah.
padlock.
I'm gonna try to stick the blade into the loop of excess space and just sort of jam it in there like a crowbar, essentially.
Cool.
Now help me
Bill?
pull on this.
I'll help best I can.
So make an athletics check with advantage.
Sure. Oh my god.
So you're pulling, and your sword actually begins to creak, almost like if you start to pull any harder, it will break.
All right. Well, guess not. Maybe you can just go ask your security system.
Might as well at this point.
Does
Give it
anyone
a
want to
shot.
throw another investigation check at this door before you guys go?
Sure.
Someone other than me.
Yeah.
Kara's doing it. So you're looking at this, and as like the lock kind of thuds up against the door, you notice one, the door seems to shift a little bit with the movement of the lock, and two, the lock doesn't really seem to be attached to anything. There's a metal loop on the door, but the lock seems to be more like decorative, as if to scare people off from trying to open it.
I'm going to stare pointedly at the both of them, put my hand on the door, and then push it open.
The door swings open extremely easily, and the lock clatters uselessly against the door as it opens.
I thought you said you didn't have door opening magic.
I don't. I have hands.
I'm gonna just walk inside.
So you walk inside, and you see a miniature armory. There's armor lining the walls, swords, crossbows, axes, shields, even some daggers just lining the walls of this place. And there's a few stakes as well, in almost like an umbrella holder, just some stakes sitting inside of there.
Oh. That's I guess we should maybe take these.
Are the weapons all silver too?
Um, some of these weapons are silver. Actually, make a quick investigation check.
Can I make
I
one
will
too?
assist.
Everyone
Give
can make an
advantage.
investigation check.
Everyone.
I'm giving someone
Everyone.
advantage. I don't want to make an investigation check.
Who needs
What do,
it?
what do
Please
you
give it
guys
to
take
Kara.
advantage?
Fine. I'll take the advantage.
Cool. What are each of you investigating?
I'm looking at some of the weapons, kind of like axes, swords, kind of seeing if there's any that I might want to, that might draw my attention towards them.
So there's a few. There's some daggers that are made of silver. One dagger almost seems to be like hooked, and the blade is kind of twisted a little bit. These do not look like they're fun to be stabbed with. Damokos, what are you investigating?
If the weapons recovered, I guess the armor.
Cool. The armor is heavy. You can tell that some of it is also silvered, and some of these gauntlets are made with almost iron rivets in the near the knuckles, as if to add some more punching power to the fists. And Kara, I'm guessing you're examining the stakes.
Yep.
One of them, it seems to be One of them is a little bit slimmer than the rest, although it does look like it will shatter on impact, as if like purposely made to shatter on impact. And carved in the side of it is the word Hyarxis.
Oh shit, was he a fucking vampire?
Are you saying that out loud?
Yeah.
Well, I would assume not, with all the silver around.
And I hold up the stake.
Yeah, and I assume not with all the stakes around.
No, I mean like this is meant for someone.
Well, if the Hyarxis is a vampire, that would make sense.
Mm.
Do you know
Especially if
anything-
it means that he is the, head guy around here. It would make sense why he's been around for so long.
Zahn, we got some silver armor and some gauntlets that might be able to punch harder with. I don't know if you want any.
I mean,
Punches anything.
if I fit into it, sure.
Sure. You can have one set of +1 silver Velirine armor. The silver makes undead have disadvantage on attack rolls against you, like melee attacks.
Interesting.
However, it's already heavy armor, so you have disadvantage on stealth, but it's going to be a little bit easier for the undead to sense you because you reek of silver now.
That was something I was just about to bring up. If it's actually a good idea for me to walk into, land of vampires with silver armor on.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they know we're coming.
Well, sure. But if they don't know us, that just sort of screams vampire hunter to me. But I don't know.
In this room, there's also a modified heavy crossbow that seems like it was made to shoot stakes rather than bolts.
Oh.
Van Helsing with shit.
Yeah.
I'm going to take that armor and put it in the bag of holding for now.
Cool.
I guess he, me, they might have been one of the people trying to fight the vampires here before they took over, I guess.
Essentially, there's enough armor and weapons inside of this one room to arm a village.
Maybe it was some sort of rebellion force. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe he didn't like the vampires and the werewolves. Who knows?
Do they have any half plate?
Yeah, there's some half plate in here.
Do you have room for one more suit, Zahn?
It's kind of almost infinite in there as far as I know, so yes.
I'll hand him the half plate.
While shifting through this stuff, you also find a large book that it has the Velirine language in it.
I'll
And
bring
with-
it over to Kara.
Cool.
More for my reading list, I guess.
Get to reading. You got
Ah.
4 books or something now.
Well, wait. I have the Theobryn book. I have the book that came from where we fucking picked up Joven, and I've got this new book from the armory. Where's the 4th one?
The ones that we found in the cave.
The one that only shows
Awesome.
up for you.
Is that the only one? I don't know.
Yeah,
Big
I have that
weird
one
glass book.
Yeah. I'm also. Is there just a silver longsword or silver greatsword around?
So there is there's not a silver greatsword, but there is a large axe with what look like nails about 2 hand lengths from the blade itself, and they seem to be bent outwards, like bent down towards the handle.
That is an oddly shaped weapon.
But it is a very, very sharp looking great axe.
Sure. I'll take that.
So it's
Cover it up a bit so it's obviously not showing silver.
It's actually not silvered,
Oh.
but it is a Nordmansch Great Axe from the Kobold Press Hero's Handbook for 5e. It is, I mean, you have the book. Go ahead, read that. It's on page 52.
Good thing I still have that open, I think, somewhere.
But yeah,
Right.
it's typical
There it
Great
is.
Axe stats, just those extra things, and it's a +1 weapon.
All right, well, I'll take that, but I'm also looking for something actually silver. So if there is
Cool.
something actually silver.
Yeah, there is a silver longsword.
Okay, I will put that. I'm going to put that on my back with my other one.
Cool.
Just in case. And then I'll put the great axe in my bag for now while I'm just exploring here.
Sure.
Domikos has an interest in if there are any short swords and any daggers. What's
Sure,
those
there's
all?
that serrated dagger, and there's a silver short sword. There's also silver, like silver ingots that you could presumably bring back to like a blacksmith who will be able to craft silver weapons and stuff for you.
That would be good, but maybe not in this area at the moment.
I know
They
you
might
worship
not take
vampire
cut.
overlords, but will you make
That-
this silver
That might
weapon
not go
for me?
over well with the town nearby.
I'll go ahead and take serrated dagger and
Cool.
the silver short sword.
Cool. So that serrated dagger is the Dikama Fang Blade from the same book, and that is on page 53.
Okay. If the PDF will load,
Cool.
that'd be nice.
Whoops. Don't pay attention to that.
All right, and I think we're going to go ahead and make a short little bio break here. We'll be back in, let's say, 10.
Sure.
Cool. See you guys in 10.
You're back.
All right. Hi, guys. Welcome back. So, what's the group doing?
Packing up our things and heading back to the front, I guess, unless we plan on staying here.
I mean,
Was there a library in this place?
There are several offices that have scattered books around. And there's also plenty of bedrooms for you guys.
I wouldn't mind saying that we stay until morning. Unless we wanted to go in the evening when the vampires were out and about. Because honestly, I don't know with this place.
I mean, they did say it was going to take another couple days to get to the keep, right?
Yeah. We don't know of any. We didn't hear about any other like close by villages, right?
No, but you guys also didn't really ask. You asked what was the
Yeah.
nearest village, and then just kind of headed there.
Cool. We can spend a night here, I guess, unless there's anything else that we need to get done pertinently. We can start traveling in the daytime until we're close by and gather any more information if possible. Give you time to search over those books to make sure we're not missing anything.
If you find anything you want me to read, bring it to me.
There was that large book in the armory, and I'm sure you have others that still aren't finished, so...
Yeah, I think I'm going to put down Theobrin's journal for a little bit because his potions are a little useless. in the current circumstances.
Understandable. More concrete, actual evidence of things would probably be more useful to us than experiments.
Quick question. Where is Alexander?
Alexander is not in this room.
Is he in my backpack?
He is not. Are you guys still in the armory?
I assume so.
If you guys are still in the armory, Alexander is not in your backpack.
Oh, it's all the silver, isn't it? I'm gonna step out of the armory and try and find my hand.
Cool. Alexander kind of skitters up from one of the shadows on the ground and clambers up to your shoulder.
You don't have a sense of smell, but it probably smells bad to you.
No
Also,
comment.
I looked at the fucking thumbnail on the previous video. I'm like, whose fucking hand is that on my shoulder? Until I realized it's mine. Yeah, I made this thing a little too creepy. It's fine. Yeah, I'm just gonna find an office and start reading.
Cool. So you guys want to take a long rest here?
Sure.
Sure. I can also scry if you want me to.
Awesome.
Sounds like a good idea. Does my axe require attunement?
Your axe does not, no.
Okay. I'm gonna pull that one out and put the great sword away for now, I guess.
Cool. So, yeah. You guys all up. Kara, you are now fluent in reading Velirine. And this large book, which book are you reading?
I'm starting with the one that we found in the room where we picked Joven back up.
Cool. That seems to be a guard's journal. There's a lot of boring stuff about like shift changes. Shit talking his supervisor a lot. This guy did not like the supervisor and pretty much everyone else who worked for him. He does mention that the protective casing does seem to be working, but they are in the middle of constructing something to help protect the last treasure before it gets found by the Forsaken. I'm sorry, not Forsaken, the Fallen. Forsaken are completely different.
Oh, God. I guess I'll read the one from the armory.
Cool. So you can't get you can only read some of it before you do the long rest gets over. But this is a journal written by Yorkons, and in it it's detailing. It's not mentioning really any names. It seems to be almost coded a little bit. But what you can get out without having to go into it and deciphering through the code is that Yorkans was feeling increasingly isolated from the other Guardians. He was noticing an influx of undead and lycanthropes, and that the entire shifter race had just vanished. And he was in the middle of investigating what happened. But he hated Hierarchus.
Sounds like Hierarchus is an asshole. I'm gonna make little notes in the margins, but in primordial.
Cool.
I was going to go over during this long rest. to Kara while she's reading. So, would you be able to teach me?
How to read this?
Yes, I'd feel like it'd be much more efficient. And I'm not very good learning on my own.
That's fair. Let's start. Oh no, I'm not going to start with that one. That one says a secret. It did not tell Zahn. I'm going to start with the guard's journal.
Cool.
Teach him, or
It's a
start
struggle.
teaching him.
it's gonna take some time. But let's see how high your intelligence score is.
Not very. 12?
12? Okay, so it's not going to be like. I mean, there are roots in this language to common. Like, common evolved from this language, so it's not going to be too difficult. It's like learning Latin if you know modern day Italian. It's going to take some time, but it's not going to be impossible.
Cool.
But yeah, it's going
And
to
I
be.
will start that since I have nothing else to do while we sit around for 8 hours.
Cool. Anything anybody else wants to do?
Scrying.
I'm sorry?
Scrying.
On whom?
Guessing Jethra is on?
Sure. No one else I can think of. Unless you want to
Sure.
try and scry on the Oxist.
I have a feeling it wouldn't work.
I have a feeling too, but that was just a joke. Haha.
Scry on Jethra.
Cool. So this time you like see the black. It kind of gets into the darker black of like it's about to reveal something, and then it fades away back to the normal black.
Because I've had this happen. Is it similar to like if it just didn't work or?
Similar to the other one, something is blocking the scrying from occurring.
Interesting. This time that was blocked.
It's possible it could be a result of where we are, or it could be a result of where she is. The meat room in particular comes to mind, and I had a very limited sense of things around us in there.
Very well.
All right, Jovan, you doing anything?
I'm kind of going to be practicing with this short sword, getting kind of comfortable in using it. Trying
Cool.
not to think about all the things I apparently learned about the person who I also am.
Cool. All right, so the long rest passes. You guys all wake up, I assume, in different bedrooms, and gather towards the front to leave.
Yep.
Cool. So you guys head out the front door, shut it, and you guys can hear the stone start to grind back into position as the door locks. So where are you guys headed?
In the direction that we were told the Fallen Keep is.
Cool. So you guys are following that direction. It's going to take a few days. Let's see if anything happens to you guys on the way. Okay. So what are you guys doing in your travels? Anything in particular, or just traveling on?
Keeping a lookout.
Yep.
Still keeping my eye on whatever he wants to call himself now.
Cool. So, as you guys get closer, you're noticing that the amount of Johnnies that appear are getting a little bit more frequent. Instead of seeing one every other day, you're now seeing multiple patrols in a day. When you guys break through the clearing, you see about a few hours ahead of you is a large stone, like ruined stone keep. And there seems to be, you can see other little towns kind of built around it. There do seem to be Johnnies, like kind of patrolling around it. And it is midday, so activity besides the Johnnies is kind of minimal.
Cool. I want to actually stop a Johnny in the middle of one of these days.
Good day, citizen.
Good day. I was wondering if you could help me find someone.
Of course, we have a wide registry of everyone who lives in the Fallen Keep.
That would be useful then. I'm looking for a Siegfried Raumtussen.
Unfortunately, I don't find a record of a Siegfried Raumtussen in our databanks.
All right. Then would you know of a dwarf named Gerard Jerimia? I don't know if I spelled that right when you told me it. Who's the potion maker?
Unfortunately, we have no one of that name in our databanks.
All right, thank you very much.
Of course. Anything else, citizen?
That was all I needed.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for talking with us today. And remember, rules are for fun.
Yes,
and
yes.
Johnny continues walking on.
Goodbye.
So,
All right,
the
that's all I
Fallen
need.
Keep is ahead of you guys. It's a few hours walk away. And there are several villages around it on the outside.
I suggest we go to one of these nearby villages and spend the rest of the day there and maybe the night. That way we don't show up in the late afternoon and then have the full night for, vampire business to be mucking around. All right.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. So you guys do head to a village that you find out is named Felmarrow. Felmarrow is it's another small, quaint village, kind of a one-stop town. There is a job posting board outside the inn, and quite a few Johnnies walking around on patrol. Some standing at doors, others standing on corners, etc.
What was the name of the town again?
Felmarrow. Felmarrow.
Yeah, I got it right for once. So there's just Johnnies around?
Yes, just Johnnies.
All right.
It is more towards the later part of the afternoon.
Going to go up to one of the Johnnies again.
Good day, citizen.
Very unenthused.
They're very
good
enthused to
day.
have you.
Good day. We're
What can we
looking
do
for. We're looking for either a place to rest or someone who's in charge we could speak to.
Well, unfortunately, the mayor is asleep during this time. His office hours are from 9 o'clock in the evening to 6 o'clock in the morning.
All right. What's the mayor's name?
Lord. Fuck. 1 second.
Lord fuck. Got it.
Thank
No,
you, Johnny.
Bored with your undead
1
for
second.
so
I'm
long.
confusing him with someone else. Lord Fathomir.
All right.
Lord fuck.
Then, where could we find a place to rest?
Well, there is the inn, the Dripping Fang, which is right next to me. There are several rooms available.
All right. Thank you very much. We will go see the establishment there.
Anything else I can do for you?
No, sir. Thank you very much. I'm gonna start walking away, even though he's
Thank you.
continues
And
talking.
remember, rules are for fun.
I imagine that Johnny just chases after him.
Johnny doesn't move, just voice increases.
That's even more.
Rules are for fun.
Jesus. Going inside the inn.
Sure, there's Johnny behind the bar.
Oh
they
my
have
God! They run the establishments too. No.
Amy,
It has. It looks like someone's actually put like innkeeper clothes
Oh,
over
jeez.
it, rather than armor,
Oh,
and they
God.
kind of put like a flat top hat right over it, and kind of dangled it over one eye socket, and it is kind of just wiping down the bar. And there is somebody. There's a few people sitting around drinking a little bit, talking. There, a few people at the bar.
Are they all humans?
There's it's mostly human, but there is a elf or two in here.
All right. I'm just gonna go up to the barkeeper.
Good evening.
Good evening. That's a surprise. We're looking for rooms, if you have some available.
Of course. How many are you looking for?
4.
4 rooms. That will be 10 silver apiece.
Done.
Are you also looking for a hot bath?
Actually, yes. I have not had one in a while.
Fantastic. We are blessed to have natural streams running underneath the inn, so we can offer hot baths for the entire party for 10 silver apiece.
Sure. I'll give him the 80 silver. Or I'll just give him a gold.
He takes the gold and you get 20 silver slid back to you. Now, anything to drink? Any food?
For now we're okay, but we will come back.
Of course.
Alright. I'll take my keys and head back to the party.
Cool. When you leave, that's when he kind of like stops standing straight, staring at you, jaw clicks shut, and he goes back to wiping down the bar.
Thank God he didn't say it. Gotcha, some rooms. And some baths.
So the baths are actually large tokens with the in the shape of skulls. With they're colored bright pink.
why do you sound disappointed by the fact that there are baths here?
They're not under his house.
Rude. No, I am very tired. But we have all of that. So unless you want to do any more exploring or information gathering, I don't see much else.
To be honest, having a bit of a bath would actually be pretty good.
I agree. I am somewhat curious to actually speak to one of these mayors, but I know that might be potentially dangerous, so it's up to you all if you wish to join me.
I mean, as long as we're polite, we should be fine, right?
Correct. That was one of the things he told us. Courteous. Never let them do a favor for you the first time, always accept it on the second time. And that was about it.
Don't stare directly into their eyes.
That too, yes.
I'll let you guys lead with that, but I'll come along in case you need any help.
Sure. Then a bath and some rest, and then we can go once the night hits and his office hours are open, and then we can sleep.
Fantastic.
Like a plan.
So the baths are split into male and female baths.
Of course, I couldn't. A bunch of skeletons have to keep their modesty.
Actually, the baths are pretty full of humans. There's a few half-orcs in here and a few elves.
Interesting. All right.
I can't take off my fucking coat.
Oh,
Sounds like a you problem.
Which Zod says as he walks happily into the bath.
I am just going to alter self so I don't look weird.
Cool. So as you get, as you get into the bath, the coat seems to be writhing against you.
Ew.
It's clearly not liking this water situation.
Too fucking bad. I can't take it off and I want to take a bath. With it. Or, detach.
Cool. But yeah, I mean, there's plenty of other people in the baths. They seem to be kind of in their own group. You guys do notice that the river does connect the two, but it's set to be more of a waterfall kind of situation where the water goes from the one bath flowing into the other, and stone wall built in between the two to separate them. There's like one or two Johnnies that are holding like either towels or holding drinks, and they go collect orders and bring drinks back down. It's kind of like attendance.
I'm all by myself and I'm not going to talk to strangers in a bathhouse.
Yeah. Sounds
Fair
like
enough.
a bad idea. Yeah, I'm doing the same.
Yeah,
Mom
I'm just
taught me
relaxing.
better.
Trying not to make myself look conspicuous in this very dangerous place.
Cool. So after you guys do take your bath, you each head up to your rooms, and I assume wait until you can meet the mayor.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. So, when the time goes, you guys all gather outside a very similar looking building that the mayor lives in.
All right, I'm going to step inside.
So it does lead up to a skeleton who is not wearing clothes. The skeleton is sitting behind the desk, hands folded on top of each other, looking at the door.
Hello.
Jaw clicks open. Hello. How may I help you?
I was hoping to speak with Lord Fathermere.
Do you have an appointment?
I do not. I was hoping he could squeeze me in if he's not busy.
Skeleton reaches down, opens up a drawer, pulls out a large book, opens it. Yes, an appointment was cancelled for. It would start in the next 30 minutes. I can pencil you in.
I would appreciate that. Thank you.
Excellent. The skeleton takes out a quill, scribbles down. What was your name?
Lord Zon Vasveric of the Masveric estate.
Excellent. The book gets shut. The skeleton puts the paper down, picks up a thin piece of string, whispers something into it, and then puts the string down, hands over each other, jaw clicks shut again.
All right.
There are several chairs seated around, sort of like a seating area where you can wait.
Yep. Just gonna go over there and wait.
Cool. All right. Anybody else want to do anything while you guys wait? Cool. 30 minutes pass, and the skeleton's jaw clicks open. Lord Fathomir will see you now.
Thank you. And I will head up the stairs to wherever we're supposed to be going.
Sure. So you guys follow the stairs all the way up, and you see sitting behind a desk is a very elegantly groomed elven man. His desk is made out of what looks like solid marble, and he does have some desk toys sitting on his desk, a little nameplate that says Fathomir on it, and there are some Johnnies like standing there with pikes outside the door. Come on.
All right. I'll walk in.
What can I do for you? As he speaks, you guys, his fangs are very evident. He kind of wrinkles his nose a little bit at the smell of silver coming off of some of you, but politely ignores it.
Good evening. We're not from around here, as you can most likely tell. We're actually looking for a few people that sort of went missing as they went up here, and we're hoping that if you had any resources, we could help come to an arrangement to hopefully get some information.
Of course.
Well, to start off, we're looking for a man from the academy in Moroth. It goes by the name of Siegfried Romtussen.
Siegfried Romtussen. Are there any other descriptions for this man?
Let me check. They wore very scholarly robes, white, I believe they were. Siegfried was a gnome, if I remember correctly, right?
A gnome wearing scholarly robes. I can open up an investigation, but nothing comes to mind as of right now.
Don't bother. No need for that. It's entirely on us to find this person. I don't want to bother you with any sort of burden like that. But if you do come across any information and we're still around, I would appreciate it.
Of course. Now, if you forgive me, I do have a few questions of my own.
Sure.
What brings you Southerners up here? I suppose you want to get into the Fallen Keep.
That's correct. There's, like I said before, we're actually looking for a couple of different people. One of them that we do know is within the Fallen Keep, as far as we've heard.
Okay. You are aware that we are not in the business of creating more vampires.
Correct. We're not looking to become vampires.
Excellent. You get one or two of them up here, demanding to become vampires, and you have to get rid of that mess.
That is quite understandable. I could see why it'd be something that would be sought after. But did you have any further questions?
This other friend, who are they?
The second one that we're lacking information on is a dwarven woman, potion maker known as Jarmia. I don't know her last family name.
Dwarven potion maker. Dwarf. I don't recall any visitors to the fallen keep that are dwarven. Drow, yes. Maybe a dwarf got in with them. I'm not sure.
Well, that is. If you hear anything, that would be useful. And then the second was actually one you might have mentioned, or the third, is a dwarven woman named Jethra.
A drow woman named Jethra?
Correct.
Yes. Yes. Jethra was invited to the Fallen Keep. It was believed that she could help with the delegation that recently arrived.
Delegation?
Oh, yes, of drow.
Where did they come from?
Where else do drow come from? The very north. Vintera.
All right. Interesting. That I did not know that they came down here very often.
They don't typically, but a delegation came by requesting access to the Fallen Keep, earned their access, and Jethra was permitted to join as long as she could communicate to the delegation.
All right. Well, thank you for that information. You mentioned that they had to gain access to the Fallen Keep. Would we have to do something similar?
Not everyone can get inside of the Fallen Keep. You must prove your loyalty to us.
How would we do something like that?
Well, I could perhaps extend a word out. I do have a little bit of pull with the Fallen Keep. You seem like a dependable sort, aside from that, those accessories that you are carrying with you. I'm afraid those won't be allowed inside of the Fallen Keep.
That would make quite a lot of sense.
But yes, I wouldn't be afraid. I wouldn't be against helping you into the Fallen Keep.
I couldn't have you do that. Such a grand favor for us wouldn't be something I would be willing to accept from just nothing.
Oh, well, if you are offering, there are a few disturbances that could be taken care of.
I would be willing to come to an arrangement if it's something that we have time for.
Well, not to press the matter, but you cannot get into the Fallen Keep without a sponsor, so to say.
Of course. Like I said, as long as it isn't a rather large something, we were hoping to get our friend back or find out what she plans to do from here within a timely manner. So
I wouldn't dare waste a visitor's time. No, it's simply that the locals are saying that a nearby hill has become haunted. People go disappearing, apparently. If you ask me, they're merely migrating to another village. But the locals say it's haunted, and the Johnnies can't find anything, and they refuse to go near it. If you could just investigate this for me, I'd be in your debt, and would be more than happy to pass along word to get you into the Fallen Keep.
of course, that we can do that for you. Where is this hill?
Ask one of the Johnnies on your way out. They'll be more than happy to escort you there.
All right. Well, then it was a pleasure to meet you, Lord Fathermere. My pleasure, all the same, to do this job for you.
The pleasure is all mine, Lord Masverick, and I thank you.
Of course, thank you very much as well. Good day. We will see you when we return with more information.
He nods. And goes back to the papers on his desk.
Exit the room.
Excellent. So, were you guys up in the meeting room with him, or were you waiting down below?
Domiko's probably would have gone with him.
Okay.
Or two.
All right. So you guys all kind of meet outside of the meeting room, out of the mayor's home, and as it's night, now there's absolutely no one outside except for the Johnnies.
as soon as we step outside, like a very tight breath exhausts. Ooh. Mm.
You did great.
That was much more terrifying than I had hoped it'd be. He's too polite. There are always ulterior motives when they're polite like that.
Of course there are.
Don, we're nobles.
And I've been around making deals for quite some time. When they're polite like that and willing to just offer you refuse into their very sacred and protected city, normally there's an ulterior motive to it.
So, where are we going?
Well, hello, Johnny.
Good evening, citizen. How can I help you?
I was tasked from Lord Fathermere to investigate this haunted hill you have nearby, if you could point me in that direction.
Ah, yes. The nobles call it the Whispering Hillock. Follow me. And he starts marching off.
All right. I guess we're doing this before we rest, but...
Oh, did you want to rest before you went to investigate the Whispering
No, this is fine. We should be fine, I assume, unless anyone else has any other qualms.
No, should be fine.
All right.
Excellent.
Then off we go.
Follow me, citizen. And he starts marching off towards the Whispering Hillock, and that's where we're going to end tonight's session. Thank you guys so much for joining us for another week of FetchQuest. Anybody got anything they want to promote? I'll do it. The Midgard Heroes Handbook for 5e has some of the Beyond Damage dice and weapons we added in onto this session. Fantastic spellbook. Kobold Press is like, they're a good company. We're not being paid. They're just a good company. And yeah, follow us on Twitter. Subscribe to our YouTube. Follow this channel. You'll get updates whenever we stream. All right. Thank you guys so much. Enjoy the quarantine. Stay inside. For God's sake, stay inside.
Goodbye.